guys, it's me, and I have decided to do a different kind of video today. I'm gonna do my makeup, but we're gonna talk. Yes, it's going to partially be about life, but it's also going to be about school. So I'm starting school today. Well, the semester. Let me rephrase that. Today's the first day of the semester. I've already done 8 assignments for 3 different classes, which may not seem like a lot, but it was 7 for just 2. So, it's a lot. I also have a ton of reading to do, and I have my first lecture tonight for the semester. It's at 6:30, currently 11:51 a.m. So we're gonna do our getting ready routine here. Put the hair out of the face. And let's go. So, as you know, my channel is called The Pink Paralegal. Why am I called The Pink Paralegal? Well, if you like movies and are old as dirt like I am, I'm only 34, but if you're old as dirt like me, you know that okay. Sorry about that, guys. I got a call from my school. I was supposed to have a counseling appointment this morning, and life, it's weird, and just to help me with my classes, get everything set up right. And the counselor is deaf, so she needs a sign language interpreter, which is fine. I have no problem with that. And I was kind of surprised when they said it's a phone call for someone who is deaf, like completely deaf, no chance of hearing. In the past, I've worked with her via like a Zoom, and it was fine, and the interpreter and everything. This time it was a phone call. I was confused, and I'm glad I freaked out because it was international. The interpreter this time was from Colombia. No problem with anyone from any country. I just can't afford international calls. I'm a student, motherfuckers. They said, oh, but the school pays for it, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, I used to have a Dymo printer, label printer. Dymo, little to my knowledge, is a company that is based in England. Or their IT department and help desk is, at least. Cool. They don't work via Zoom or any other web platform where you can see them. That's the first strike. Second strike is it's an international call and you have no choice in the matter. They called me, so they said it was, they're paying, or my cell phone bill said otherwise. So I told this to these people, and they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah. So personal experience tells me that that's not true. So they're rescheduling me for 2:45 today. So but yeah, I have ADHD, adult onset, and I have ADD, anxiety, depression, PTSD, battered woman syndrome, and a few other glorious things. Those are the main ones. So with that, it's considered a learning disability via the state of California. So I have a learning disability according to the state. And I'm like, cool. What does that mean? That means I get additional resources to help me with my classes. Now, usually I would get a little bit more help with things on campus because I'm physically there. But since everything is online and via Zoom or whatever platform you want to use, I don't care. Yes, I go to El Camino. It's a little different. The only thing they can really do for me is to give me extra time on tests, which helps. But I need more than that. And I basically had a minor panic attack today because of the international calls. I don't even know the rates for international calls, and I certainly don't know the rate for Colombia. Y'all are more than feel free to drop it in the comments if you do know the rates to Colombia. I would like to visit every country in the world at some point in my life, but I don't know the rates, and I'm assuming it's more than I can afford because I can't afford anything extra. So nada. Zero zilch nada. On the extra stuff. It's just, no. It ain't happening. So I freaked out, had 7 minutes, I can't get back, and they rescheduled it for a phone call with a different counselor I've also worked with before. So that I can get the help I need and I can talk to them about some of my fears for this semester. Because I do have different concerns this semester that I've had in the past. Because life changes and situations change. And so do your classes. Classes change a lot. So this semester, of course, I'm taking 4 classes like usual, because with financial aid, I have to stay, excuse me, I have to stay full-time, which is 12 units, according to my school, financial aid, which means typically that's 4 classes because most classes are 3 units each. 4 times 3, 12. Okay. I haven't seen at this school any 4-unit classes because that would take away an extra class for me to take. But I haven't seen it, and in my major, it doesn't exist, so to deal with it. I'm taking 3 law classes, taking civil evidence, I'm taking civil procedure evidence, and then I'm also taking civil procedure, and I'm taking wills, trusts, and estates. All 3 are required courses to graduate the program. And then I'm also taking a fluff course because I cannot handle mentally 4 law classes in 1 semester. And according to attorneys, CivPro, civil procedure, which is law, I think it's 16, law 16 in this school, is the hardest class in law school. So translate that to me would be it's the hardest class in the program. A little terrified, honestly, because I'm not sure what to do with that information besides panic. And with everything being online, no in-person meetings, it just worries me more. A lot of things can get misinterpreted or it's not processed correctly when you're not getting live instruction. And even then, you can still get things wrong because we're human, but there's less wrong. And there's more wrong. I'm a person, generally, who asks a ton of questions, and I need human-to-human interaction. Which is really hard to get. I mean, there's Zoom. But beyond Zoom, there's not much. And that, I'm not very happy about. It brings me a lot of anxiety. Needed, unneeded. It's unavoidable at this moment because of Corona. Now, if you follow the news, I live in Los Angeles County. And Los Angeles County is allowing elementary schools to open up back up as soon as this week. I'm a bit confused by this. Happy for the children because there's been more deaths and suicides in young children since Corona because they can't handle the long periods of time that you're stuck on a screen psychologically. And the lack of human interaction and touch and everything else children need to learn and grow as little humans. That's what they are. They don't get that with Zoom. It's hard enough for us grown-ass adults. Imagine what it's like for children. They don't understand what the fuck's going on. Why should they? And so it's hard. It's really, really hard on them. So they're saying that schools, provided they meet certain safety standards or whatever, elementary schools can let students back in starting this week. So I'm so happy for the kiddos because they need this mentally. And they're saying even if the teachers are not fully vaccinated, that scares the shit out of me, okay? Kids are great. Have them, raise them. I may or may not. Probably not at this point, but you know. At least I probably won't have biological children. I don't think. That's a whole other conversation. No. But the teachers are going to be around kiddos. It's kind of how they have to teach. So what does that mean to me? That means that teachers are going to be around students that are children, tiny little things that like to share. I'm not talking about share their toys. I'm talking about share everything. They touch everything. And they're children. They're supposed to. But they don't wash their hands and sanitize between. They're children. They're exploring. They don't give a fuck about sanitizing and cleanliness. They are children. So they're not supposed to care. We are. That being said, do you really think that Johnny's going to give a shit that Claire touched it a second ago? Absolutely not. No, he will not. And you think he's going to wait for you to sanitize it and put it under UV thing? And no, he's just going to grab that toy and run. Same thing with Claire. If Johnny touches it first, she ain't going to give two shits. They are children. The max they care about is something called cooties, which doesn't really exist. So What are cooties? Let me break it down to you. Kids think that other kids have cooties, which as an adult we know is called germs. But they think that they can, it's like a STD or something for them. Just not. It's just germs. Right now, with the deadly virus going around, we don't want to spread germs of any kind. And children get sick super easy, whether they're vaccinated or not. Currently, worldwide, children cannot get the corona vaccine. Anyone under 18. Why? Because when they do the clinical trials, which is part of creating any drug or vaccine, they have to do clinical studies and they have to test it on different ages, genders, races. They have to, the formulations for children is different than the formulations for adults. It is not just the dosage, it's the formulation. I don't understand all of that, but it's different, okay, for kids versus adults, which is why, like, even when you get cold medicine at the store, there's stuff made for kids, there's stuff made for adults. Because our bodies and their bodies cannot handle things the same. That's a fact. Whether you like it or not, it's a fact. So currently there are no clinical studies done on children. So children can't get it. So children are at risk for not only getting corona by spreading and sharing and touching everything with everyone, they are also at risk for spreading it. Let's say little Susie, it's just she doesn't actually get sick. She can be a carrier, which means she has the virus in her, but it's not live, so she's not feeling ill. Good for her, really. But sucks for everyone else. There's no way for her to protect other people, like other children and the teachers. There are a lot of younger teachers, newer teachers out there, and I applaud you. You have probably a more decent immune system because you're younger. So you can probably handle corona and get over it better than someone who's over 65. Why do I mention the age 65? According to the quote-unquote American dream, that is the age of retirement. I don't know a single person who can actually afford to retire at 65 anymore. But that's because I live in fucking expensive ass California. And currently I live in Southern California, which is not any cheaper, let me tell you. Even though it's advertised at 30% cheaper or 20% cheaper, it's not. That's a fucking lie. So she will then go play and touch with toys with other kids that may not have as strong of an immune system. Or maybe their teacher doesn't have a strong immune system. There are lots of reasons you could have a weak immune system. It's not just cancer patients or former cancer patients. It's not just people with autoimmune deficiencies or thyroid problems, though those don't help. It's not just overweight people, though they say that doesn't help your immune system either. Having a weak immune system could be someone just having severe allergies, because those can often lead to infections, fever, and other side effects that are similar to having a really bad cold or flu. So I personally have something called Sjogren's. No, I can't spell it, but I can say it. What does that mean? Sjogren's is an autoimmune. Anything is autoimmune, it means your body's attacking itself. It's an autoimmune deficiency where you are dry. You have a hard time creating the moisture your body needs. And sometimes your body actually overcompensates and creates way too much. And that actually makes you drier. Which I know sounds stupid, but that's how it is. So I have that. So I have combination skin because of that. My body's confused. And then I was born with a liver condition, so why the whites of my eyes are yellow. No, I don't have hepatitis. No, I'm not jaundice. Yes, I can explain that in another video. But that by itself, that liver condition that I was born with, makes me have a weaker immune system. I'm also anemic, which means I don't have enough iron in my blood. My iron levels are low. Again, weakens your immune system. I also have really bad allergies and chronic sinusitis, which means that my sinuses are always inflamed. Again, bad. Makes your immune system weaker. My body is fighting itself constantly. And those are just the ones I can remember offhand. So again, why am I concerned that elementary schools are opening? They are a cesspool of sharing bacteria and germs. And a great way for a virus to spread. So it does terrify me some. So it terrifies me for the children. It terrifies me for the teacher who thinks that they're fine and goes home and gives it to their loved one. It terrifies me for the parents who has no choice but to return their child to school and shares it with their coworkers, since companies are now opening back up too. It terrifies me for anyone who can come in contact with these children that are now interacting daily with things that they can't control and their parents can't control. I doubt the school could control. There's a lot of variables as far as people that you come in contact with daily, which is normal. I mean, we're humans, we have to interact. I am not saying that we shouldn't interact with other people and we shouldn't be social, that sort of thing at all. Really not. What I'm saying is that we have to be careful. And children are a great way to spread things, not a great way to isolate. I would like to know more about what their standards are, what that entails for the rest of us. I would feel more comfortable if they were requiring teachers to be fully vaccinated before they return. I would feel more comfortable if there were clinical studies currently being done on children so that we could find a way to vaccinate the children, because they do need to get vaccinated as well. And once everyone gets vaccinated, we can actually return back to life, I hope. Because right now, things are still pretty grim. Grim looking, at least. That's how I feel. I'm terrified for a lot of things. I'm terrified mainly for everyone's safety. I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you for letting me rant and do my makeup with me. I'll be talking more about school as we go. But I hope everyone has a great day. I will be posting another video later. Stay safe, be good, or not good, depending. Okay. But be good, stay safe, and I will talk to you later. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.